So we're going to record. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I want to thank you all for coming tonight. My name is Erin Marks. I'm an advanced director with the Pampered Chef. I've been with the Pampered Chef for 10.5 years. I never imagined that when I first started my business 10.5 years ago. I had been married for 3 months. I was teaching full-time middle school music, and I was working on my master's degree. So a lot of people are like, well, then why did you start your own business? And, you know, there were a couple things that we wanted to accomplish, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but I want to hear about you first. I want to thank you so much for coming out tonight. Jen, I want to thank you so much for having us over. I love visiting different people's kitchens because I see things that I want to do in my dream kitchen. So I have a couple ideas from your kitchen, Jen, because I'm going to put that in my dream kitchen book. So anyway, since Pampered Chef does such a great job of pampering their hostesses, I try to keep up with them just a little bit. So what I have here is our Season's Best Recipe Collection. And when I first started and had my first Pampered Chef show, what my director did was that she actually passed it around the room and she had everybody sign it and write me a note. So I really like to look back at that, and it's a lot of fun to see who was there. So I'm going to pass this around, and I want you to write a little note to Jen in here. You can find a page and say, this is what I want her to bring to, this is what I want you to bring to my house, or, this is what I expect. But she'll be able to look back and know who her real friends are, who was here tonight. So I'll pass that around, and we'll start over here. And then what I want to do is, Jen, could you actually go and out there on that counter is a wooden thing? Rizzle. Yes, I want you to go get that for Rizzle. And we're going to pass this around because I want to get to know you a little bit better. So one of the ways to get to know you a little bit better is I'm going to pass around this object here. And I want you to say your name, and I want you to take a guess as what this is. So if you looked at your catalog, your mini catalog, you might already know. I've had some pretty awesome guesses over the time that I've been doing this. We've had everything from a snack passer so that you don't get in the way of the ball game. And some people say it's a earth-friendly thigh master. Some people do that. It's a way to practice, pretend you're Katniss in the Hunger Games, things like that. So we're going to pass that around. I want you to tell me your name and how you know Jen and your best guess at what this is. So that we would do that, and I get some really funny guesses. Cricket bat. But my favorite is the earth-friendly thigh. Oh yeah, paddle, a husband paddle, children paddle, the snack passer, that's always a good one. A cheese, adjustable cheese board, I've heard it all. So, alright, so thanks so much, that was a lot of fun, and here's a prize for guessing what it is. Okay, so. Alright, so we are going to move on to our recipe now, but before we do that, I want to tell you, because the thing about Pampered Chef is that our mission is to get families around the table. And my goal is to get your family around the table, whether it's just you and your cat or you and your 19 kids. I want to get you to the table not stressed. Because if you're stressed making dinner, then nobody at the table is going to have a relaxing time if you get to the table like this. Okay? And we've all had those afternoons where it's 4:30 and the children are circling around you, wanting snack. You're throwing goldfish crackers to try to get them to go away, or you turn on the TV, and you're at the freezer with your nostrils starting to frost up because you have no idea what to do for dinner. So Pampered Chef can help with that. And one of the ways that they help is with a couple of core power tools. And so before we get cooking, I want to talk to you a little bit about my core power tools and how they help me out in the kitchen. And hopefully this will be able to save you some time too. So I want you to grab the catalog that you have in front of you. And the first power tools that I want to tell you about is our stoneware collection. Do any of you have stoneware in your kitchen already? Mm-hmm. Okay, is it out of the box? Mm-hmm. All right, and some people look at me funny when I say that, but you would be surprised how many times I've heard, I don't know why I let that lady talk me into buying really heavy sandpaper. Because when you get it, right, it feels really rough and gritty, and you're kind of like, ah. But what happens the more you use your stoneware?
It seasons.
It seasons. What does it mean that it seasons? Like it turns spring and fall? What does that mean that it's seasoned?
It gets smoother and nothing sticks to it, and it gets darker.
Awesome. Now, do you know the difference between our stoneware and a piece of stoneware that you would get at like Target or Bed Bath & Beyond, those kind of things? No? Okay. What page? I'm sorry, Jen, you found the page. What page?
36.
On page 36, you will see part of our stoneware collection, but I actually want you to start on page 38 and 39 because these are our baking stones, and this is the center of our baking stone collection. And unlike going to Bed Bath & Beyond or Target where you find a pizza stone, okay, we have baking stones, which means that you can bake more than pizza on your stone. Okay, what I've learned from Pampered Chef, because trust me, I did not know this on my own, is that they fire these at such a high temperature that it's basically non-porous, which means that no food or flavors are getting in there that you don't want them to. So that means if you get a round stone, a pizza stone from Bed Bath & Beyond, and you're running late for dinner or you decide to have fish sticks and french fries for dinner, and you make them on your pizza stone, the next time you make pizza on your pizza stone, they're going to taste like chicken nuggets and french fries. No, that is bad. Okay? Or let's say you decide to do a brownie pizza. And then your brownie pizza, oh yes, I said brownie pizza. Don't worry, we can do that at your Death by Chocolate show. Peanut butter brownie pizza, cheese chocolate pizza, oh, so good. But anyway, what you would have is you would have brownie pizza that tastes like chicken nuggets. Again, no. That's chocolate abuse right there. Ew, right? Yeah, I heard that. Okay, so these baking stones are fired at such a high temperature that you're not going to have those flavors stick around from everything else. Okay, so the pizza stone that everybody talks about is this large round stone here with handles. But my favorite of the baking stones is actually this large bar pan right here. I mean, you definitely have to have in your kitchen the toaster oven pan. It used to be called the small bar pan because you get rid of that junk that comes in your toaster oven, that floppy aluminum pan that's like not worth its weight.
Nobody likes flop.
Nobody likes floppy. Thanks, Jen. So you put this toaster oven pan in the toaster oven. It goes in the microwave. When I was pregnant with my daughter, the only meat I could eat was bacon. And so for lunchtime, I would make myself a BLT. I would put 2 slices of toast in the toaster. I put 3 slices of bacon on here, cover it with a paper towel, 5 minutes in the microwave. By the time the bread was done toasting, I was able to have my sliced tomato, lettuce, and a little bit of mayonnaise on there with the bacon. And I had a BLT without having the bacon shirt. You know, after you make bacon on the stove top, you have to have a bacon shirt because it's, you know. So this large bar pan, you can do an entire pound of bacon in the oven, 400 degrees, about 15-20 minutes. Because my family thinks bacon comes in single-serve packages by the pound. Okay, so that's how we cook. I make my bacon in the oven. But this is so versatile that you can do chicken and vegetables on it. You can do bar cookies. You can do jelly rolls. You can even do square pizza. I like that it has its lip on there. So when I'm making my gourmet chicken nuggets and french fries for my kids, you know, because I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, so they're gourmet chicken nuggets and french fries. When I'm making those for my kids and I use the spatula, it's not going to go off the back, giving me something else to clean. Okay? The lip pushes it right onto my spatula, and I pull it out and put it on there. Okay? So what happened was, as you use these, they're going to get darker. Okay? And so some people didn't like putting the darker stones on the table, because people who didn't understand glorious black stoneware would be like, ew, that's dirty. So all they did, if you turn 2 pages forward to page 36 and 37, is that they made it with a beautiful cranberry glaze on the outside. Same stoneware on the inside, just the cranberry glaze on the outside. And I want to show you about my first power tool in the kitchen. That's this guy right here. This is the deep covered baker, also known as the magic pot. Okay? Why is it the magic pot? Because when I first got this, I would make dinner 5 out of 7 nights of the week in this rock crock, either in the microwave or in the oven. Okay?
What? You said rock crock.
Sorry, I said rock crock. It's the deep covered baker. So the deep covered baker, I made dinner 5 out of 7 nights a week in that, either in the microwave or in the oven, because I can make pasta in here. You can do an entire roaster chicken in 30 minutes. You can do pork tenderloin in here. You can do everything from buffalo chicken dip to a chocolate lava dump cake in this deep covered baker. Okay? Now all stoneware goes 2 places. It goes in the microwave and it goes in the oven. Okay, so those 2 places are going to open up a world of excitement for you when you're.
Toaster oven.
Sorry, I was just distracted. But they go in the toaster oven, which is kind of like an oven, in the microwave, and in the conventional oven. All right. So if you're just using your oven, your stovetop, and your crock pot, the microwave is going to open up a whole new world of cooking for you. I went to Longwood Gardens a little bit ago, and I was paging through a book on saving, pinching pennies at home. And they said that if you used your microwave instead of your crock pot or your oven, you could save up to $1,500 a year. Okay, so that's like an extra $110 a month. That would be nice, all right? So this is the deep covered baker. When you purchase this deep covered baker, I have a free recipe book that I'm going to email you that has over 50 pages of recipes. 50 recipes over 20 pages. Okay? And that's going to be free. It's going to teach you how to use it. I'm going to pass that around right now so you can see some of the things that are available for that. So that's my power tool number one. Okay? The fajitas that we're going to make tonight, you can do in the microwave in 15 minutes in this Magic Pot. Alright? So then, power tool number two is brand new. There is nothing like this on the market. This was just released in September. It is called our Rock Crock collection. Okay? So, the Rock Crock, you can find that in their catalog, our Rock Crock. There's two of them. We just had a brand new catalog come out, so it's awesome. We only have catalogs come out twice a year, so I'm still finding my way around this catalog. But we have the Rock Crock right here on page 22 and 23. Okay? So let me tell you about this Rock Crock. If you're a little bit more of an experienced cook and you are willing to branch out a little bit from your microwave and your oven, let me tell you all the places this Rock Crock goes. Are you ready? Okay. It goes in the microwave. It goes in the oven. It goes on the stove top. It goes under the broiler. It goes on your barbecue grill. And are you ready for this? It is the best hyphenated word in the world, dishwasher safe. Okay? So it's totally dishwasher safe. It's amazing. It's got a clear glass lid. Unlike any other vessel like it, has a 5-year warranty. You don't have to season it before it starts. And let me tell you, I've used this for everything from, are you ready? Because I'm Pampered Chef, not Perfect Chef. I made French onion soup. Okay, like I always thought that was something fancy that you had at the restaurant. I made it, and it turned out like the picture, which is Pampered Chef recipes always turn out like the picture. Very good for your self-esteem, okay? But I made it, and it was delicious, and I was so proud of myself. I felt so good about putting that dish on the table. But what I also make in it, friends, is s'more cake, okay? This s'more cake, all right, 5 minutes in the microwave, about 4 minutes under the broiler, unless you have a really hot broiler. I've learned that the hard way. Under the broiler, and then chocolate and graham crackers on top. I see you drooling over there. Okay, that means you're going to have your Death by Chocolate Party chocolate martinis, s'more cake. Oh yeah, we're good to go. We can do a cool, creamy chocolate fondue along with that. Get some strawberries. We'll just get a date on the calendar. So this is the Rock Crock. It can go in all those places. It's so versatile that this has become really my everyday pan. I can use this. We eat gluten and dairy free in our house. And so one of the great things about my Pampered Chef business is that I get all my tools for free. So I have every tool for any job in the kitchen that's imaginable. So I'm not worried about things that we can or can't eat because I know that I have a Pampered Chef tool that's going to help me do it for less money. Okay? I don't have to buy things in a box. I don't have to buy especially gluten-free things. I can just eat regular food and get it on the table. So I'm really excited about that, and these Rock Crocks definitely help. Okay, so our first power tool was the deep covered baker, and that goes in the microwave and in the oven. Yes, yes, audience participation here. And then we have the Rock Crocks, and the Rock Crocks go in the microwave, the oven, the broiler, the barbecue grill, the stove top, and the dishwasher. Okay? So then we're going to talk about the basic power tools. And I call these power tools because did your husband or boyfriend, or maybe you worked on a project in the house and they needed the right tool for the job, okay? And they bought that power tool and they used it and you have a beautiful bathroom, but now you have that power tool that's sitting downstairs in the basement taking up space, all right? These power tools are things that I use every day in order to get my family to the table less stressed for less money eating real food, okay? And we have 3 different kinds. We're going to use one of them today, but we'll start with the starter set, I like to call, the white ceramic cookware on page 14 and 15. The nice thing about this ceramic cookware is that everything comes open stock, all right? So if you have cookware that you are in love with, okay, that maybe you just got married, but you need that one pan, that one pot that you need to add because you need a 4-quart pot or you need another omelet pan, something like that, then this ceramic cookware is great. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. So the ceramic cookware on page 16 and 17, it's got a 3-year warranty. Everything is open stock, and it has clear glass lids, so you're going to be able to see. It's great for people starting to cook because you can tell when something's starting to get black on the edges when it's white on the bottom. Okay, so if you're learning, trying to learn, one of the things that's great about Pampered Chef is that everything from people who burn boiling water to people who think they should have their own show on the Food Network. So if you fall anywhere between there, not only can we help you out, but we have a job for you too. So that's our ceramic cookware. It's a 3-year, it's dishwasher safe. So we have that. And if you turn back, you see my new favorite. I'll tell you what, I was scared to use my stainless steel cookware because I had been using the non-stick cookware since I started with Pampered Chef. And the thought of something not having non-stick in the title kind of scared me a little bit because I hate cleaning. And I'll tell you what, my biggest heave in the kitchen, like the thing that skeeves me out the most, is having something have to sit till the next day. And like in the morning when you come down, there's like cold water and like food particles floating around in it. Like I hate that. I hate that. So that never happens in my kitchen. It doesn't happen because of stoneware. It doesn't happen in a rock crock. And let me tell you, it doesn't happen in the stainless steel cookware. Okay, so I was talking to my friend Roz, and my friend Roz said, Erin, you really need to start using this cookware because it's a really great thing that people love. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm scared, it's not going to clean up. Well, I'll tell you what, it cleans up so easily. I have pictures on my Facebook page, you can check it out there. I make barbecue sauce in my 12-inch skillet, I make pasta in my 12-inch skillet, and we have a satin finish on the inside. That's easy release satin finish, so it cleans up really easily. So I now love my stainless steel cookware, and I love the fact that I have a blended family. I have a little bit of each. I come from a blended family. It works great for me. But I love that my cookware, I have that blended family also, because this cookware can go in the dishwasher, and it can also go under the broiler. All right, so it's pretty versatile. And then, if you go back one more page, you'll see our executive cookware. And this is non-stick on the inside and out. It is hard anodized aluminum, and what that means is that the more you use the pan, if you notice some of your pans at home might have gone from circular shapes to oval shapes, okay? That's called going out of round. That's one of the things that our cookware is guaranteed not to do. Both the stainless cookware and the non-stick cookware have a lifetime guarantee. Not your lifetime, the lifetime of the pan. So you can willable cookware, pass it down for generations and generations. But I have loved my nonstick cookware. My double burner griddle was one of the first things I got for free when I was a consultant 10 years ago. I'm still using this nonstick pan for pancakes, for grilled cheese, for all kinds of things on my stovetop. So I've really enjoyed this nonstick. Again, lifetime guarantee. You call Pampered Chef, say, hey, I'm not happy, this might be picking here, this might be picking there, and they will replace it for you. This is so easy to clean. How many of you make Rice Krispie treats at home? How many of you love cleaning up after Rice Krispie treats after the marshmallow has gotten cool on the side of your Tupperware bowl? No. I make my Rice Krispie treats in my non-stick cookware. And I tell you that after I pull it out of the pan and push it into whatever they're going to harden in, I wipe it clean with a paper towel. That is how easy it is to clean. Okay, so if you just went, I need that, then we need to get a date on my calendar for April because our cookware, not only do you get free things, but we have monthly host specials, and our cookware is 60% off in April. So you're going to be able to get a couple pieces free, you're going to be able to get a piece half off, and you're going to be able to get some pieces at 60% off. So I love sales. That's a good sale for you. Okay, so now that I've told you a little bit about the power tools, we're actually going to make our fajitas using the CoverGirl. All right, this double burner griddle. I'm telling you what, I have fallen in love with this pan, and I have used this a couple times a week now too. We've done asparagus and salmon, we've done chicken wings, we've done just regular barbecue chicken. Tonight we're going to do chicken fajitas. So here's what I want you to do. If you want to come in and cook with us, that's totally fine. If you want to sit out here and shop, drink, have a good time, I totally love that this is your night to relax, to have a great time. You can sit out there and chat and shop, and I'll be back to show you the specials and what's on sale. But if you'd like to come out and cook with me, you can come out to the kitchen, and we're going to get started with making our fajitas, okay? All right, let's go out to the kitchen, which is where we already are. Okay. Okay, so on the stovetop, we have our double burner griddle. And we have our grill press. All right, now the double burner griddle holds 2 of our grill pan presses. So I'm just going to let this on here, but I'm going to just put a little bit of oil on here for flavor. And I'm going to quick say goodnight to Spider-Man. Sweetie. Good night. I love you.
I love you. Good night.
And I'm going to say goodnight to the unicorn princess.
Where's the love?
Where's
the love?
Goodness
gracious.
All right.
For me.
And we will save fajitas for them too. But one of the best parts about my job is that I get to make my own schedule and I get to be with my family and do vacation time. Okay, that's very professional. All right. So anyway, all right, we're going to start. What I had Jen do is I had her put 3 chicken breasts in a gallon-sized Ziploc baggie. And to this gallon-sized Ziploc baggie, I added half of a lime, the juice of half of a lime, and I added 2 capfuls of our chipotle rub. Okay? So, cool thing about our rubs and seasonings is that the cap equals about a tablespoon. So if you don't want to like try to find your tablespoon or things going crazy, just use the cap. 1 cap is about 1 tablespoon. All right? We'll pass this around. Our rubs have very little sodium in them because they are made from dried or dehydrated ingredients, not dried ingredients. If you dry something, it dies and all the flavor comes out, and that's why you have to add a ton of salt. When you dehydrate them when they're fresh, they keep their flavor and you don't have to add a lot of salt. So we use the chipotle rub. And so we're going to put it in here. We're just going to smoosh everything around. And I love that this is a way that you can save money at home. Because if you think back to when, I think back when I was younger, I know that chicken breasts were not this large. Okay? And now you go to Giant and the chicken breasts are like, if you would do a serving, which is about the palm of your hand, each chicken breast is 2 or 3 servings. So if you're feeding that to your family, you're going to go through one of those ginormous packs of family packed chicken in 1 meal, 2 meals maybe. Whereas a meal like this, you can get 2 or 3 meals out of it depending on how many people you're feeding. Okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here and then we're going to take our meat tenderizer. If you have any grillers in your family with birthdays or Father's Day or Mother's Day coming up, because some moms love to grill, we don't want to shut them out. Wedding presents, this is a great wedding present. You can tell them that this is not to keep their new husband or wife in line, but this is to get dinner on the table. It comes apart, and it has the pointy section here. That's great for your thicker cuts of meat, and then it has the flat section. It's got a great weight to it, dishwasher safe, and it fits really nicely in your hand. So let's say somebody does make you angry. You can pound out your chicken on here, and I already did that so that I don't shake my Skype friend here, all right? And so I have that on here, and so what I'm going to do is take the chicken and I'm going to put it on my front burner here for about 5 minutes, okay? I don't have to touch the chicken, I just spread it out. That nice sizzle on there. Spread out the chicken breast. And put the press on there. Okay, I'm going to set my timer for about 5 minutes. And there we go. So while we do that, I'm going to show you a little bit about what I have on the table during a night where we have Taco Tuesday. And you might want to get that and bring it over here so that they can see on the table. All right. One of my favorite tools here is the cool and serve tray. And I get really excited talking about that.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't want you to just think about picnic season with this. I want you to think back to the winter holidays. All right? I want you to think back to what your house was set at before your holiday guests came over. And I think to my house, I think it's maybe set, we set it down like 67, 65 if we know a bunch of people are coming over. Because I love my aunts dearly, but when my aunts come over, they start to talk. Okay? And my aunts start to talk, and the temperature rises. Then my aunts have a glass of wine, or 2 or 3, and it becomes louder and more frequent in their talking, and so the temperature rises even more. You have all those bodies around, and what happens is that at the end of the evening, you have sad cheese. Sad cheese is leaning over, it's all oily on the outside, you gotta throw it away. It's floppy cheese. The other thing that you have is dip with this like none shall pass topping over top of it because your dip has hardened to this crust over top. You know what I'm thinking? And it's disgusting, so you have to throw it away. Well, that's not going to happen with this tool because of everything I'm going to show you. Now, it comes with all these pieces except the little serving utensils that are super cute, but I'll tell you why you need to have those too. All right, so I love this. It's like Legos for adults, except it's big enough so that you don't step on it and hurt yourself. Okay, so it comes with all these pieces. So the first thing that you have is you have a way to take things like cupcakes from the store that have the really high icing to and from wherever you're going. All right? So this means that you can take homemade cupcakes to a meeting. What do I mean by homemade cupcakes? That means that if you're running late and you have to take something for birthday or a meeting, is that you go to the store and you get white frosting cupcakes, and you go home and you take your fine adjustable microplane grater and you grate some chocolate chips over top, you have homemade cupcakes. Because if you do anything at home, it's homemade. My aunt taught me that, okay? Second problem, right, is that you get to where you're going and you need a place for the stinking lid. You don't have room in your bag. You end up leaving it on somebody's counter and you don't see that person for another, 2 weeks or so. You need the lid to whatever container. Not a problem with this because the lid fits right on the bottom. Okay? So then it comes with these two guys right here. Alright? And the first question I get is, Erin, why are they neon green? And I will tell you that if your freezer looks anything like mine, you're glad they're neon green because you can find them. Alright? So these neon green things are amazing. They live in my freezer right next to the ice cube tray. Alright? And they're fantastic because when you take them out of the freezer, they will stay cold for 4 to 6 hours, even in heat. Okay? Also, if maybe you're getting to the point that maybe you're having hot flashes in the kitchen, you could just take one and put it back in your shirt. I know what you're saying. Alright? So you're going to put these down here, and for your picnic or for your gathering, you can put lettuce, tomato, onion, American cheese, everything for your picnic. You can layer ring bologna and cheese or fresh mozzarella and tomato. You have that there. Or, this is where I get excited, 1 dozen deviled eggs and lettuce, tomato, cheese, onion, mozzarella and cheese, ring bologna and cheese, and a dozen deviled eggs. Or you could do 2 dozen deviled eggs. Or, oh my god, okay, you could do fruit and dip, veggies and dip, and a dozen deviled eggs. Or you could do fruit and dip, veggies and dip, and lettuce, tomato, onion, or ring bologna, cheese, mozzarella and cheese. Or, I know, it just gets better. Veggies and dip, fruit and dip, chips and dip. Oh, it's great. It's all in one thing, and the lid fits over top. Okay? So you see this cute little guy here? Very cute. Okay? And these spoons actually live inside of here. Right? You know how you have that matching serving set with that beautiful bowl you got for your wedding? But you'll be darned if you can find the bowl and the serving set at the same time. Alright? That is not a problem with this because these guys live right in here and they all fit with the lid on. I feel so together when I have this because everything is together and I don't have to search for the thing that matches the other thing. So this is like awesome. Alright? So, this is what I use for Taco Tuesday or Taco Thursday or the day that you have to make tacos because nothing else is thawed. Alright? So I use this because somebody always puts the salsa spoon in the sour cream or puts the sour cream spoon in the salsa. And so next time you have taco night, you have to play that game. Is it mold or is it salsa? Okay? So we don't want to have to play that game. The cool thing about this is that if somebody gets salsa in the sour cream, okay, it's not messing up the whole thing. Alright? And if the salsa's over here, I can scoop out the sour cream here and put it back in. I'm not wasting anything because this is going to stay cold. Alright? So the other thing I have on here is cheese. And I grated this cheese using our microplane coarse grater. And I know what you're thinking. Does the woman not know cheese comes pre-grated? Yes, I do. And I'm not meaning to mom shame you right now. But if you've ever looked at the ingredients on your pre-shredded cheese, you'll see that there's a couple extra things in there aside from cheese. One of those being cellulose, not cellulite, we'd never buy it, okay? Cellulose is a wax paper that's put in as an anti-clumping agent, all right? So we're just going to take this. This is super easy to do. You can get a food holder that comes with this. Again, you can also use this you've had a really long day, and that just one scoop of ice cream isn't going to do it. You need to put a little extra on there. So you get the food holder, put some chocolate chips in there. Just grate that right on top of that ice cream because you deserve it. Okay? So, just that. The other day I used this because did you ever get the broccoli crowns and you don't know what to do with that stalk that's left? Okay, if you're like me, I hate throwing food away. So I actually got this out and I grated it down and you can make broccoli slaw or coleslaw with it. I was like, wow, I'm super cool and not throwing things away. Pampered Chef is so good for your self-esteem. Seriously, I get paid to up my self-esteem. Alright, so we're going to do this. It shreds super easy. Brick cheese is cheaper, especially when you get it on sale, and then you can freeze it. As long as you're not going to use it to slice up for crackers and cheese or ring bolognas and cheese, you can keep it in the freezer. Because as the water freezes, it'll make the cheese crumble when you try to grate it. But if you're trying to grate it and your cheese is crumbling, it's like helping you. So that's really not a problem. Okay? So, that's our cheese there. And so now we're going to go back over to our fajitas because it's time to flip. And it's time to do our veggies. Alright? So come on back over here to our grill pan. We're going to take our chicken here. And we're going to flip it. But this time we're going to flip it and we're going to move it to the back of our grill pan.
Are you going to flip it and reverse it?
Flip it and reverse it. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our simple slicer to slice our veggies right into the pan. Alright, I'm going to actually start on number 2 of our simple slicer. And I'm going to start with the onion because that takes a little bit more time to cook down than the pepper. So you stab in here with the food holder and you just slice. I love that in this business, I'm in business for myself and not by myself. I totally got this idea from another girl on my team. She was like, just slice right onto the pan. And I was like, awesome! Okay? So we totally share ideas in this business. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to be like me. Okay?
That was actually my second original idea since I joined the Pampered Chef.
So now we're going to take another one of my power tools that I didn't talk about. This is my forged cutlery. And in the catalog you can read all about the amazing forged cutlery. It has a lifetime guarantee. But what I love about my forged cutlery is that I'm notorious for not taking the meat out of the freezer in enough time to thaw for dinner. And these knives can cut through partially frozen chicken breasts like a butter knife through room temperature butter. So, just going to take out the insides here. And I'm going to use my simple slicer. And just slice right on. Slice right down. See, the great thing about Pampered Chef is that if you have a grater that you really like, we have a slicer. If you have a slicer that you really like, we have a grater. If you don't have a grater or a slicer, we have this amazing thing called a mandolin that does it all. Alright? Last thing that we're going to do is use another one of my favorite tools. This is called the citrus press. Alright? And I save a lot of money at home because I don't buy juice for my kids. I make it. Remember, Pampered Chef, not Perfect Chef. Alright? This is super easy. And it's a super way to save money. So you would think that you put it in this way. Oh no. Alright? You put it in this way. I'm just going to squeeze this over top of my veggies. Look at how much juice we're getting out there. A nice sizzle, just like you're at Chili's or whatever cheese you use. Again, right over top. Whee! Okay, and our onions and our pepper is all cooked. Just move that over for a little bit. Move that there. So we have everything set for our fajitas. We're going to put our shells on here also.
All right, go ahead.
Do you want to come over here and get a shot of the fajitas? Or no? Okay. Alright. So now that everything's done cooking, we're actually going to chop it up to make us be able to eat everything because you can't make one fajita with all of that chicken on there. Okay? So I'm going to use my classic batter bowl. I love that these come with a lid. I love that they are oven safe, dishwasher safe, microwave safe. The measurements are in the glass so that you're not going to have to worry about them washing off in the dishwasher. Okay? But the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken breasts, pull them off of the grill pan. We'll leave our veggies to cook just a little bit longer on there. And I'm going to use the salad chopper. And I love taking the salad chopper to shows because if I had not used this the first time, I would have turned right past it in the catalog. But the first time these were introduced, they actually had a recipe on there to make salsa with them. And so at our team meetings, we eat. Okay, that's like the basic thing. We eat, we have recognition, and then we brainstorm different ways to help each other out in our businesses. And so it had a recipe for salsa, and it said to put in a whole onion. And so I said, this can't cut through a whole onion. So I helped it out, and I cut the onion in quarters and put it in the bowl. And so we started to chop, 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 chop. I was like, are you kidding me? It chopped through the quarter of the onion like nothing. So I'm like, okay, let's put it in a half. Right through the half like nothing. And I'm like, seriously? So then we put in a whole onion, and it chopped that whole onion down like nobody's business. We dye Easter eggs every Good Friday, and I come home with like 2 or 3 dozen Easter eggs. We have egg salad forever, it seems. And I don't use my egg slicer anymore. I just take it out and use this. It's called the salad chopper, so you can use it for salad, but in true fashion here at the Marks household, we use it for meat. All right, so cooked meat, ham, chicken, pork tenderloin. You're not going to have to sit there with forks anymore with that pork tenderloin, okay? I have, my hands tire out really easily. Pre-arthritis. I know I look way too young to have pre-arthritis. But anyway, because of what I used to do as a flute player, my hands really tire and they start to ache easily. And this is a tool that does not hurt my hands because it has a spring in there. Okay, so you can see how it's just chopping up. Anybody want to try it?
I dabble.
You. Okay. All right, so getting all the way down to the bottom, chopping all of this up. Okay. Again, pork tenderloin, chicken, leftover turkey, leftover ham to do ham salad, or to even chop up and put it in a casserole. Okay. It's great for any of those things. And it can, again, go through vegetables. I've done mango salsa, I've done regular salsa, all with these salad choppers here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our veggies into and just chop them up a little bit.
Yum.
So by putting the chicken in the back to cook for the second half, the veggies were able to cook in some of the rub and the lime juice that were on the grill pan. And again, this is going to go through all the veggies. It's going to mix it up. I'm going to put this down so I don't drop it on the floor. Although I am insured through Pampered Chef, so don't worry, Jen. And if you have like new carpet that you want or something, I'd come over and do like an Italian themed show. No, just kidding. But I do have an amazing pasta dish that I do in that deep covered baker, that magic pot. It's called grilled chicken penne al fresco. So if you'd like to get something that sounds like it should be on the menu at a really fancy Italian restaurant, we could definitely do a Taste of Italy show at your house. Some wine, it has some pasta. But I also like to do shows if you're specializing in gluten-free or dairy-free, because I have some ideas that can help with that also. No need to throw your tools at me, J-Dubs. All right. So here we go. We have all of this, and we have that our burners turned off. I'm going to ask you to make yourself a fajita, and then we'll go back out in the living room, and while you're eating, I'll tell you about the sales and specials.